It's an unusual time of the year. We're coming into the close of a New Year's approach and the end of an old year, and yet we're still caught up in the 2020 energy of whatever was going on then, the most unusual time of the year. And here we are as we sit and try to make our plans. We try to get ready for what we create to be more normal, more family-like, more friendly, more connected. And we ask the question that grew up in Oklahoma and then moved up to New Hampshire. So many of our families have migrated throughout the country, and many of us migrated from other countries, all to come here. All based on a calling, a journey, a nudging, a desire for something more, and a knowing that there was something to look forward to, that the soul could lead us, like the compass, shows us the direction that we're headed. And even though geographically we may know the direction we're going, and even though we may have a marker on a map that gives us a vision of where we're to be, there's an inner prompting, an inner push, an inner pull that takes us in the direction of where ultimately we need to be, to meet all the right people, have all the right experiences, for our growth, our expansion, our elevation, our lessons, our tests. So much of life is filled with an opportunity to grow, and some of those growth spurts, they are painful. And some are powerful and catapult us to new experiences. But what makes the human being decide to do what they do? What makes us pick up one day and say, I want a new job, and leave a job? What makes us take an interest in a new passion, something that is different from anything we've ever done? What whispers to us and says, go help that person over there. They're in need of assistance. That's not written in a map. It's not a list of things to do. It's that feeling, that energy that comes upon you that directs you to something more. The soul knows the journey, who you are and where you've been, and all of the in-betweens. And it is in the stillness of the being, in the oneness of a moment, that we can recognize the whisper of inspiration, where the mind stills for just a moment and the soul says, remember me. I am the reason that you have come to be. I am the power that resides within, that connects you to all that surrounds you and all of your opportunities. This is the message from inside. This is the prompting that leads you to go to a new experience and allows you to navigate things that perhaps left you a little surprised, but somehow felt prepared. This is the knowing, the whisper, the push that tells you something's not right here. Let's make a change. It doesn't feel good anymore, and it's not for your best interest. And although there may be others of the human intellect that you may chat with and confide in who say, no, don't go that way, it is a time that our soul will whisper, don't listen to them. Follow your heart. Follow the knowing inside that takes you to a path of your personal greatness, takes you to a new experience. We all have those moments in time when we felt a need to do something or be somewhere. Sometimes it's that last moment of an experience that if we didn't do what we felt compelled to do, we would have missed the whole opportunity. It's that time you picked up the phone and called someone just when they needed it. Or the time when you checked on someone and they said, I was just thinking of you. I was going to call you. And you feel that connection, that vibe between the two. It's a soul prompting that takes us to new heights. The soul knows exactly what you've come to do, the whole entire story. Imagine it's imprinted in the energy of your cells and your being. And it's just waiting to come out, much like the seed that's planted at the end of the winter, or the bulb that's been laying dormant underneath the soil, waiting for the last thaw, to feel the warmth of the sun permeate the soil and touch the essence of the bulb, awakening from within its ability to bloom, its ability to reach up and touch the light. Your soul is this bulb inside of you that is beckoning you, prompting you to make the change, to look beyond the limitations and the experiences and the past rememberings of what was, and to step into the new paradigm, the new way of being, the new you. Regardless of what has changed or not changed or limited or awakened outside of you, it's the journey from inside that reaches for the light, that knows that now is not the time for the soul to hide, for the soul holds all of the energies of all of your dreams, all of the fuel necessary to get you where you want to be. But it is so important that you step into the light and trust that somewhere inside of you, you have the answers and the energy that's a magnet that will draw forth to you anything and everyone necessary for all of the experiences that you desire. All of the necessary components to manifest exactly what you want, exactly what you need. Everything necessary to heal and align and reform and redesign. Everything necessary to arise to new heights and to release the bondage of the past. Everything necessary to go from where you are in a lightning speed to somewhere totally new. For the soul knows, whether you originated in one state and flew to another, that ultimately where it must end its experiences to have accumulated enough energy for the fulfillment of the mission of the destiny. Your soul's this hidden roadmap, much like the bulb that beckons for the warmth of the sun to come and fill it with light, to ask it to burst out of its shell and to grow to its fullest potential. Your soul awakes your energy, your permission, your desire to step into something wonderful and to be who you've come to be. It's not just what you studied or were programmed to do. It's not the conditioning of what your parents and grandparents and society has intended for you. It's a unique positioning of a mission that, however simple or extravagant it may seem, it has a significance to the whole tapestry of life, of this whole blueprint of the entire world. You alone are not insignificant. You are part of the ripple of light and love that resides across the earth, to inspire and to ignite others for their greatest gifts. It could be the kindest of gestures, the smile. It could be your helping hand. It could be your doing a great job at your office or in your profession. It's all about you awakening from within and stepping into who you've come to be, and not losing yourself in what you need to know and what you need to be. The soul will always show you which way to go and how you can get there. It will always nudge you. It will always inspire you. And will also rock you to sleep on the nights when anxiety has come and overrun you and the fear has grappled you to feel paralyzed in the darkness of the night. and hesitant and uncertain in the daylight. It is the power from within that takes you to a newest height. If you just listen to its whisper that says, "Come with us, let's take flight. I believe in you and I believe in who you are. I am part of every essence that you've come to be. Listen to me," the soul calls to you in the middle of the day. Don't lose yourself in the worry of what's to come next or how you'll perform or if you'll measure up or compare to another. Don't listen to the outside chatter of the world, for I'm the soul that has come to awaken the unique, authentic, transparent beauty that is you, that must not hide from the world and dim your light, that must not be enslaved to another's wishes and desires, that is here to tell you that you can rise to new heights. There's a soul inside of you that is bursting with joy and harmony, that when you feel the disharmony and the angst and the fear and the doubt, the hurt and the pain, the betrayal, the insignificant thoughts that weigh you down, that feel like 1,000 bricks, the soul stands up and says, "It's all right. I will lull you to sleep and empower you in the light, so that when you awaken to a new day, no matter where you are, just drop down inside the essence of you and remember that inside there will always be a clue. It's not a puzzle. It's not an insurmountable thing. It is within you. There is no great feat to accomplish. It is simply to align and to attune and to let the whisper of your soul embrace you. Let the whisper of you tell you it's all right. That those who have gone and walked in the path before you have paved the way for your footsteps. But even though they've stepped through many a journey, it is not you that must follow in their every footstep. It's you who must take their journey to a different direction, a newer height, a better level of experience, a more conducive energy of love, compassion, and kindness, a more profound perfection of a gift or a talent. It is not to stand in the shadow of another, but to embrace all that is in each other. It is a time where you can be the most beautiful being your soul has come to be. So even though we look at this holiday season and we look at what we have and we have not, and we look at what has changed and what is not, and we look at what has become and what we like and dislike, and even though we look at the fear and the pain and the hurt and the battles between two or another, between cities and states and countries, between parties, between families, and we struggle to agree and yet disagree, and then we choose to judge when we do not know the other, we must stand in our stillness and embrace who we are, the soul of us, the one of us, the one within you that's part of all that there is, the one that is within you that is connected to the heaven, the one that's aligned with the universe that knows all, bees all, and knows what it's like to be that other person. So judge not where you stand against yourself or another. Be like the bulb beneath the ground and get ready to awaken to a new journey. As we close out a year with just weeks to come and we begin to start another journey, know that this is your time. The past is the past to teach us, past is the stepping stone so we could see above to another height. The past has served you, but it is not to be carried like a burden of bricks to another day, another year, even though the circumstances and conditions that surround us will make us feel as if we cannot move forward. We can. We are blessed with the light, the happiness, the liberty, the joy, the freedom. We have the gifts within. Stand within yourself and see who you are and embrace the journey of your soul. For each one of you has a message within your soul, a prompting. Be still and listen. Embrace the nudge, the inspiration. And even though you may not know how to carry out what you think you hear or think you feel, then trust. Trust that all that is necessary will be revealed, will step before you in a perfect way, and that each and every day you will find your journey that leads you to the path that you came to be, and the path that leads you ultimately to you, ultimately to me, and connected to the One. The division that is here is just an illusion. Do not let fear take you off your path, and trust. The soul knows your journey, who you are, and who you've come to be.